Hello there, Leo. Hold on one second while I fix myself here. My microphone wasn't plugged in. So this week, I think you have this is your reading, by the way, for the week of June 15th, just in case you're wondering. You have an interesting week ahead. Um, I think it's been probably pretty challenging for Leo. Like I've said this all along for Leo since I started doing readings for Leo on YouTube, and I have said that Leo has been through. Most Leos have been through a really challenging period for a very long time. One of cycles. Leos I think have been one of the signs that have been experiencing cycles in particular, where it's just like this. It seems like almost like the same situations, the same jobs, the same relationships, the same, keep repeating themselves. And I think it's been very challenging for Leo. I think the good news is that we're coming out of this. I think things are going to get a lot better for people as we get towards, as we continue on. I think it's starting now, things are going to get better, but I think, it's just going to continue to get better for pretty much everybody as we, move in this strange time. If you watch any of the other, any astrologers, I'm not an astrologer, so I'm not going to say other astrologers, but if you watch any astrologers on YouTube, you know that, pretty much the astrology right now will never happen again in our lives, pretty much. It's like super extreme times right now, and, all this other stuff. So, if you don't know that, I do encourage you to go watch some of the other people on YouTube that do astrology because they can help explain it. But what they all say is that we're getting into a better time, and even energetically, I feel it. I feel that I think people are finally starting to see including you, Leo. Are starting to see better things, better times coming. You can feel it, but I think finally now you are going to start getting it. So the first card you have is the Three of Diamonds. This card to me just indicates like worrying about money, worrying about a situation. That kind of is what it means. It's just feeling. It's more of a feeling more than anything. It's more of like feeling like you don't have enough money, feeling that you don't have the things that you need. Not. It's almost like what I'm getting for you mostly is that this card is like you feel like you should be in a certain place right now in your life, and you're not. You're not there, and I'm feeling that very strongly. So, I would say for a majority of you, that's true. Is that you feel like you're not where you should be, where you want to be. I will say that it's coming big time, so don't worry about that. Next, we have the Three of Spades. I think maybe some of you have, experienced a lot of, like I said, changes and jobs and things like that. This card indicates like breakups. It indicates losing a job. It indicates the end of a relationship. Not necessarily a love or sex relationship. It could be any type of relationship. It could be, just a friendship. It could be a business partnership. It could be both of those things together. It could be, literally any kind of relationship. And this indicates that, probably pretty recently for most of you, I'd say, have, left a relationship behind. Doesn't necessarily have to be a negative situation. It doesn't necessarily, we don't, people come in and out of our lives all throughout our lives, and they don't always leave negatively. Sometimes we move away, or just sometimes people grow apart, and it's not like a negative separation. It's just we just only need people for certain periods of our lives, and it's usually to get us through, to get us over a hump, or to get us through a situation, or whatever, teach us a lesson, whatever. So that probably happened pretty recently for you, I would say. Next, we have the King of Hearts. The King of Hearts is typically a water sign, typically a water sign person. Again, I don't attach sex to my card, so it could be male or female. It doesn't matter. But that's typically what this card means. But what I'm getting mostly is that actually I think you're gonna have a pretty easy week. Like I think it's kind of like a nurturing energy. Leo loves to be nurtured. So I think your week's gonna have like this nurturing hearts type of energy. it's going to be, you know, I think maybe what will drive you the most crazy this week is that there isn't going to be, well, seemingly there isn't going to be a lot of action on the surface, and I think Leos can tend to be a little bit, and I don't want to say anxious because it's not like anxiety. It's just like, you want to see things moving, kind of like everybody. Everybody wants to see things moving forward in any situation, whether it be love or business or job. You want that feeling of things moving forward. And I think maybe this week will be like a little bit of a lazy week, which is a good thing, really, because you can just kind of relax this week. But maybe, you'll be feeling, but I think you'll be feeling nurtured, but you might also be feeling like things aren't happening quickly enough for you, or just things aren't moving like you would want them to. But at the end of the week, we have the Six of Spades, which is a great card because this card means incremental improvements. It means, I call this card the ladder. So it's like, you're climbing up a ladder, and at least you are moving forward. It might not be huge movements, but you are moving forward, and you are starting to see changes happen. And it's like kind of like very incrementally. It's like one change will happen, and then might be a little bit of a break, but then another change will happen, and then another change. And these are positive changes. These are good things coming to you. Like finally, you're just kind of finally moving along here. And you could even look at it like the start of a train. When a train starts on the tracks, it's kind of like slow at first, but then once it picks up speed and momentum, that's it. And I think that's where you're headed. I think over the next 6 months, you're going to start speeding up. I think you're going to start to build that momentum in your life in all areas. It doesn't matter. Like I say, this is not like love or money or spirituality. It's like everything. Everything in your life is finally going to start, I think, charging forward here. But this is kind of like you're just kind of chugging right now, just slowly kind of, moving along. But, at least you're moving. I think compared to the last 8 years, I think it's this, next 6 months. And, I think you'll see it now. So it's not like you have to wait 6 months. I mean, just during the next 6 months, I think are just going to be completely different than, the past 8 years. So thank you for watching this video, and definitely enjoy your week. I think you do have a very positive week, even, with this worrying and things like that. I actually think you're gonna I think that'll be like maybe 1 or 2 days at the beginning of the week that you're a little bit like worried or thinking about things or thinking about a loss or things like that. But I think as you move forward, you'll see everything's gonna work out.